Okay, welcome back. So let's learn together today about something that's very interesting, because this topic, we're looking at taking many variables and essentially creating compound data. And we're going to be learning about tuples, all right? Having fun with tuples in Rust. So get ready to have fun. So tuples are compound data types. We've seen so far in this course scalar type. So that just, the variables that we've worked with so far, with the integers and the strings and booleans, noticeably they store only one type of data, right? Like when I have a boolean, if I create a boolean here, I set it to true or I set it to false. I don't set it to true and false, etc., right? Compound types can store multiple values at the same time, and wait, there's more, of different types. So boolean, right, could just be true, but this compound type could be true, it could be 3,432, it could be whatever you want. It could be many different things. And that's what a tuple is. It's also important to note that tuples have a fixed length. So once declared, they cannot grow or shrink in size. All right. And the index, as we're going to see, meaning the starting value, starts at 0. All right. Okay. So let's take a look at an example. Right. So let's do a tuple example, if I can spell it. Tup. I'm going to make function. All right, let's make this nice and clear. So in order to declare a tuple, it's like a variable, we would say let tuple. Let tuple. And let's say that we want to assign some values right away to 3 different types. Well, we bring in the colon, we bring in parentheses, and here we can define what the types are going to be. So let's say we're going to have I 8-bit. Maybe we're going to have a floating point, so decimals, because we haven't really worked with that so much, F32. And then maybe we have a 32 type as well. All right. And then we can now actually assign it some values. So we bring in parentheses again. All right, can't forget to close the expression. So we've got I8, so let's say our first value is going to be 2. We put a comma. If we have a floating point, well, let's say we got 3.4. And we have another value, so we can put 100. And there you go. We just created a tuple and assigned it 3 values. And notice how the tuple has 3 different types. 3 different types. Now there's another important point to highlight here. If we want to print, let's say, all 3 of these in tuple, so we do a print ln, it's a little bit different syntactically. We're going to bring in our curly bracket, but because there are multiple types, we have to indicate this, that it's a tuple, by adding a colon and question mark. So that's going to check to see and print out the entirety of the tuple. So if we add a comma, now we can say tuple, because that's the variable name. Let's go ahead and run the code. And we run the code, and look what we get. We get the printout, 2, 3.4, and 100. There you go. So this is a tuple working in action, and there is our standard output. Excellent. Now I'm going to show you one more thing, actually. One more thing, and then we can move forward towards an exercise. What if, let's say, we want to grab only one of these values? Like, let's say we just want the 2 from the tuple, for whatever reason. How could we do that? Well, we can access the tuple information with dot notation. So I could say print ln, and if we want the first value, we could say the first value is, and remember, we're grabbing from a tuple, so we're going to bring in our syntax here, the colon and question mark. And if we want just the first value, we can do tuple dot 0. Okay, let's end the expression. Let's go ahead and run the code. And we see that we have our tuple on top for the first printout. And the second printout, the first value is 2. And if we check what the 0th index value is, well, it's 2. And so this is working. And there you go. So that's tuples in a nutshell. That's tuples in a nutshell in Rust. And if you want to think about it in simple terms, think about them as compound data types. All right, so let's just go ahead and stop here. And in the next video, let's do an exercise and practice your tuple skills. Okay, I'll see you there.